Mrs. Gardner considered every part of the museum, from the design to the construction to the installation of all the galleries. And among the galleries, she curated 14 thematic cases. There are cases devoted to contemporary authors of the time that Gardner admired, as well as American presidents and statesmen. There's a case devoted to royalty. The cases include things like receipts for her paintings, correspondence from her friends, as well as collected letters from people she admired, photographs, and memorabilia.
I think it is comparable to what a lot of people do today in keeping scrapbooks, that you really want to share this personal experience with other people. And the cases are one way in which Gardner does that. Gardner seems to have put in these cases all of the kinds of things that she was thinking about when she was creating her museum. If you take the time to look at some of the cases, you'll find out a little bit more about Gardner's relationships with some of the people who are represented here.
As an example of a case devoted to her friends, the Whistler Sargent case pays tribute to these two artists that were American painters who Gardner admired and had close friendships with. This is a photograph of Whistler. Isabella Stewart Gardner and Whistler became great friends. She first met him in 1879. She didn't really start buying his work until 1886. In 1886, Whistler gave Gardner his iconic cane, which he called his wand. So here we're looking at Whistler's wand and a proposition that describes how he thinks the artist should create paintings, how they should create masterpieces, and what that means. This is a receipt for Harmony in Blue and Silver, Treville. And you can see at the bottom, Mrs. Gardner's husband, Jack Gardner, has indicated that the money was paid for out of Mrs. Gardner's account. So here we're seeing some medals by Augustus St. Gaudens of John Singer Sargent, and a picture of Sargent, and a picture of the painter Dennis Miller Bunker.
When visitors come upon the cases, it's a little bit like the mystery that is the galleries as a whole. You look at a bunch of different kinds of things, and you wonder what they all have to do with one another. But as you keep looking at them and making out a signature here or one of Gardner's labels there, you realize that there's a theme, that there's an idea that she's trying to get across that is, it is very genuine. And so what I love about these cases is that you really can see Gardner's mind at work, and you can almost imagine her putting together these very personal things for us to see today.